I stayed when all the signs were fading. I stayed when love went out of you. I kept believing in the version that only lived in me and you. You changed, but I kept rewriting the story in my head, pretending every little silence meant something left unsaid. I thought if I just waited longer, you'd find your way back home. But I was holding on to nothing while you were letting go. I held on too long to something already gone. I loved you past the ending when the ending had begun. I stayed inside the damage like it would turn back right. I held on too long and lost myself that night. Your voice got colder every morning, but I called it just a phase. I learned to love your distance like it was something I could change. I read between your every silence like it still meant my name. But some hearts don't stay connected even when they feel the same. You were already halfway leaving while I was standing still, trying to fix what wasn't broken, just empty and just real. I held on too long to fading hands and lies, to every maybe later and every half goodbye. I turned my pain to patience, till patience turned to wrong. I held on too long when I should have been gone. Maybe love isn't about holding till nothing's left to give. Maybe knowing when to leave it is the only way to live. I see it now too clearly, what I refused to see. You weren't holding on to us, you were just letting me. I held on too long to echoes in the dark, to a love that stopped responding but never left my heart. I called your name in silence while you were moving on. I held on too long to someone already gone. Too long, and it broke me in two, still loving every version that I made up of you. Now I'm learning how to let go of what I can't control. I held on too long and lost my soul. I should've known, I should've seen, but I held on too long to a broken dream. I never had you all at once, just fragments of your time. A little love and morning light, then distance by tonight. You came and went like shifting seasons, never stayed too long. And I kept building you from nothing, like nothing felt so wrong. I should've known from the beginning that you were never mine, but I kept taking what you gave me, one broken piece at a time. I loved you in pieces, never whole, never real, just moments that you left me, and the way they made me feel. I held on to the fragments like they were all I need, but you were never fully here, and I loved you in pieces. Your name would show up in my silence, then disappear again, like you were just a passing shadow, pretending to be a friend. I memorize your inconsistent ways of saying I'm still close, but closeness doesn't mean forever. And I learned that the most. You gave me just enough to stay, but never enough to hold the love that came in fragments, then left me in the cold. I loved you in pieces, every broken part of you, and I convinced myself that maybe it was still enough to do. But half a heart can't build a home, no matter how you try. I was loving you in pieces while you were saying goodbye. Maybe I was too forgiving, maybe I ignored the signs. You were never fully in this, just visiting my mind. I kept trying to complete you like a puzzle I could fix, but some hearts aren't meant for healing, they're just meant to exist. I loved you in pieces, in the spaces you would leave, in the quiet in between us, where you stopped believing me. I held on to the broken like it meant you were still near, but you were never whole with me, and I loved you in pieces here. I loved you in pieces, and I called it love somehow, but I see it so much clearer than I ever do now. You were never all mine to keep, just a memory I release. I loved you in pieces, and now I let you be. No more fragments in my hands, no more hope I can't believe. I loved you in pieces, and now I finally breathe. You packed your silence in the hallway, didn't look me in the eyes. Every second felt like breaking, while the clock ignored our cries. Your fingers trembled on the doorknob, like you almost changed your mind. But love was already leaving, and I was falling behind. I knew the end was in your voice, but I still hoped you'd stay. I felt forever slipping as you slowly walked away. I loved you through goodbye, through every fallen tear, even when you turned around and disappeared from here. I couldn't stop my heart from holding on to you. You were already gone, but my love stayed true. I loved you through goodbye. Your echo lingers in the living room, like you never really left. Every corner holds your shadow, every breath feels in stay by your side. I loved you through goodbye. Maybe love doesn't end in leaving. Maybe it stays in broken hearts. Maybe goodbye is just a moment that tears forever apart. I still feel your warmth in memory, still hear you call my name. You left me in the ending, but my love never changed. I loved you through goodbye, through the last take care, through the fading footsteps, through the empty air. I held you in my mind when you were out of sight. I kept loving you through goodbye. I loved you through goodbye, through the pain you never knew. Even as the distance grew, I still belong to you. I couldn't let you go, though I watched you fly. You left me in the silence, but I loved you through goodbye. You said this is the end, but my heart didn't reply. It just kept loving you through goodbye. I miss the way I used to call you without thinking twice at night, when your name felt like a habit that always felt so right. I miss the way my heart would race, just hearing your reply, before we turned into strangers under the same sky. It's not just you I'm missing, it's who I was with you, the version of me that believed we'd always make it through. I miss loving you, not just missing you now. The way my heart would fall for you without breaking down. I miss the way it felt so true before it came undone. I don't just miss you, I miss loving you. I miss the way we said forever, like it wasn't hard to say. How even silence felt like comfort in the middle of your name. Now every memory feels heavier than the love we used to know. Like I'm holding pieces of a story that already let me go. We didn't lose it all at once, it slowly slipped away, but I still feel the ghost of us in everything I say. I miss loving you, not just what we became. I miss the way your presence could take away my pain. Now even time feels different since you're no longer mine. I don't just miss you, I miss loving you in time. Maybe I'm not missing you, maybe I'm missing us. The way we turned each moment into something I could trust. Now I sit with all the silence that your goodbye left behind, and I realize I'm not healing, I'm just learning how to hide. I miss loving you, like it was easy then, before we learned how endings always start as friends. I still feel the echo of what we used to do. I don't just miss you, I miss loving you. I miss loving you more than I can say. The way my heart would choose you every single day. Now I'm just surviving what we turned into. I don't just miss you, I miss loving you. It's not your face I'm chasing, it's the feeling that we knew. I don't just miss you, I miss loving you. You held my hand like you meant forever, but your eyes were always somewhere else. You spoke in words that felt like heaven, still left me talking to myself. I built a world inside your silence, every maybe felt like truth. I gave my heart without protection, while you just tried me like a view. You never promised, never stayed, but somehow I still earned your shape. Between your warmth and cold enough, I fell in love with almost love. I miss your almost love, the way you almost cared. You almost held me close enough, but never really there. I miss the almost us, the dreams we never touched. You were my almost everything, and I miss your almost love. You call me late when nights were lonely, your voice would pull me back again. You said my name like you still own me, and disappeared like I was wind. I memorized your broken timing, every high and every low. I kept believing in your silence, hoping someday you'd let me know. You gave me just enough to stay, and slowly pulled your heart away. I live between the push and shove, still chasing after almost love. I miss your almost love, the way you almost tried. You almost wiped away my tears, but left me here to cry. I miss the almost us, the way you felt so much. You were my almost everything, and I miss your almost love. Maybe I loved what never lived, maybe I saw what wasn't there. You were a shadow in my arms, a fading breath of borrowed air. I keep replaying what we were, a story written half undone. You were the closest to my heart, without becoming anyone. I miss your almost love, your almost good night kiss, your almost baby, don't you go, you almost stay like this. I held on to your almost touch like it was real enough. Now I'm alone, remembering your almost love. I miss your almost love, the part that felt so true. You almost gave your heart to me, but never followed through. I miss the everything, and I miss your almost love. You were never really mine, but losing you still hurts. I miss your almost love. I watch the distance in your eyes grow while sitting right beside you. You held my hand without the feeling, like it's just what we should do. Your words were soft but something missing, like love had lost its sound. I kept pretending we were healing while we were breaking down. I kept waiting for a sign that you'd still call me mine, but silence answered every question. One more night, one more confession. I stayed for nothing. I gave you all of me, hoping you'd start loving the way you used to be. I held on to your shadow while you were moving on. I stayed through every ending till everything was gone. I stayed for nothing, but still I couldn't leave. Your jacket hanging in the closet, like you never really left. But every space between our heartbeats felt emptier than death. You stopped saying I still need you, stop saying we'll be fine. I was holding on to memories while you were cutting ties. I tried to fix what wasn't there, breathing love into thin air. You slowly slipped beyond my reach while I was begging you to speak. I stayed for nothing through every quiet cry. I kept the door wide open while you said your last goodbye. I watched you drift like smoke. I felt dust come undone. I stayed on till the last light, then realized there was none. I stayed for nothing, but love made me believe. Maybe I was scared of losing more than losing hurt. Maybe I believed in forever, even when it burned. You were already leaving while I was holding tight. I stayed inside the darkness, waiting for your light. I stayed for nothing. Your heartbeat disappeared. I kept my arms around you, but you were never here. I whispered, don't give up. You let our silence speak. I stayed until I realized you stopped choosing me. I stayed for nothing. Now all that's left is pain. I try to keep us breathing, but love just slipped away. I gave you all my heart, you gave me only I stayed for nothing and lost myself again. I don't say your name out loud now, but it echoes in my mind. Every corner of the silence still has traces left behind. Your picture lives inside my phone, but I don't dare to look. I'm scared the tears will start again if I reopen what we took. We said goodbye without a scene, just faded in between. No final words to hold on to, just me still loving you. I still love you quietly in places you can't see. In every lonely midnight, you still breathe in me. I never told my heart to stop, it never learned to move. I smile like I'm okay, but I still love you quietly. Your sweater's gone, but I remember how it felt around my skin. Your voice still lingers in my memory, like it never left within. I walk past places we once laughed in, pretending I'm alright, but every step just pulls me back to you. And every night, you're just a thought away from me, a ghost I never free. I keep my love where no one knows. In silence, it still grows. I still love you quietly, without a single sound. I carry you in hidden tears that never hit the ground. You'll never see me breaking, you'll never see the truth. The world believes I moved on, but I still love you quietly. Maybe loving you in silence is the only way I cope. If I said it out loud again, I'd lose the little hope. So I keep you in my heartbeat when no one else can hear. You're gone from my tomorrow, but you're still living here. I still love you quietly, even after all this time. Your memory keeps playing like a slow, unfinished ride. I never close the door, I just learned to hide the key. You'll never know how much I still love you quietly. I still love you quietly, though we're worlds apart. I buried all the words for you deep inside my heart. I learned to live without you, but never fully free. I say I'm fine, but truth is, I still love you quietly. No messages, no calls, no signs, just love I keep inside. You'll never hear me say it, I still love you quietly. We used to talk until the sunrise. Now we barely say a word. Your eyes don't look the way they used to, like my voice is never heard. We sleep with miles between our bodies, on a bed that's way too small. I feel the silence getting louder, like love's about to fall. No storm, no shattered glass, just something fading fast. We didn't see the moment, it was gone before it hit us. Love died between us, quietly, no sound, no last goodbye to hold on to, just pieces on the ground. We try to keep it breathing, but something turned to dust. We didn't break each other, love died between us. Your touch feels like a distant memory, even when you're next to me. Your warmth is slowly disappearing, like a ghost I used to see. We say goodnight like strangers now. No, I love you in between. Two hearts pretending nothing's wrong while tearing at the seams. We kept holding on too long to something already gone. Two shadows in the dark, standing worlds apart. Love died between us, we felt it fade away. Your forever lost its meaning somewhere yesterday. I try to hold the feeling, but time was stronger than us. We didn't choose to end it, love died between us. Maybe love can slowly vanish without a single tear. Maybe hearts can stop believing while still staying near. I still remember how we sounded when we were alive. Now every word feels empty, and I don't know why. Love died between us without a final fight. We watched it lose its heartbeat somewhere in the night. I reached for something warm, but only felt the hush. We didn't say goodbye. Love died between us. Love died between us, and we just let it go. Two souls out of feeling, but too afraid to show. We tried to hold forever, but forever wasn't enough. We didn't leave each other, love died between us. We're still here, but love is gone. Two hearts trying to hold on, but in the quiet between us, love died between us. We talked like time was on our side, like nothing could go wrong. You painted always in my mind, and I believed it all along. We planned a life in half-whispered dreams that felt so real and true. But promises don't always breathe the way we wanted them to. I didn't see the ending hidden in your eyes. I thought forever meant forever, not a slow goodbye. Our forever came short, right before it could begin. We almost had a lifetime, but it broke before it could live. I'm still stuck in the moment where you said don't let go, but our forever came short, and now I know. Your hoodie still smells like the morning when we thought we'd never fade. Now every room feels colder than the love we tried to save. I replay all of our laughter like a song that won't stop playing, but every note just reminds me of everything we're losing, slowly slipping. We were so close to endless, just one breath away, but something changed between us that neither of us could say. Our forever came short before we learned to stay. We built it out of someday, then watched it slip away. I still feel you in the silence, like a ghost I can't ignore. Our forever came short before it was ever more. Maybe forever was a moment we stretched too far to hold. Maybe love was never promised, just a story we were told. I still search for the beginning that never got its chance, but all I find is echoes of what we didn't have. Our forever came short, and I still feel the pain of almost having everything, then losing it again. I hold on to the pieces of what we couldn't score. Our forever came short before it was ours. Our forever came short, and I can't change the past, change the past. We were writing something beautiful that didn't get to last. Now I'm left with almost, and a heart that still wants more. Our forever came short before it reached the shore. We were almost endless, but almost is no more. Our forever came short before it became ours. We used to breathe in perfect rhythm, every step just felt aligned. Your laughter fit between my heartbeats, like your soul was stitched to mine. But something changed without a warning, like a song that lost its key. You were moving to a silence that no longer included me. We try to fix the broken timing, try to slow the hands of fate, but love was drifting out of rhythm, and we heard it far too late. Our hearts fell out of sync, somewhere in between. You're forever in my everything. We faded quietly. I reach for what we were, but time moved us apart. We stopped beating together when our hearts fell out of sync. You spoke and I just heard the distance in the spaces of your tone. Your touch no longer felt familiar, even when we were alone. We danced around the truth in silence, pretending we were fine, but love was skipping like a record, missing every line. We held on past the warning signs, ignoring all the cracks, two melodies colliding but never finding track. Our hearts fell out of sync, we couldn't find a beat. Your goodbye started playing underneath my feet. I tried to stay in tune, but you were drifting far. We lost the song together when our hearts fell out of sync. Maybe we were only meant for one unfinished song. Maybe love kept playing after we went wrong. I still hear you in the chorus, still feel you in the verse, but every note between us only makes it hurt. Our hearts fell out of sync, slowly, quietly. You were already leaving while you lay with me. I held the final chord, you let the silence win. Love stopped breathing when our hearts fell out of sync. Our hearts fell out of sync. Our hearts fell out of sync. The rhythm slipped away, two souls out of timing at the end of stay. I tried to hold the sound, but you let it shrink. We lost forever's music when our hearts fell out of sync. We were once the same song, now just echoes, I think. Love stopped beating when our hearts fell out of sync. We tried to tape the cracks together, like love was something we could mend. But every time we touched the damage, it broke again and again. We spoke in tired conversations that never led us back. Two hearts still in the same room, but nothing in the past. We kept saying we'll be better, we're falling more apart. But even hope gets weaker when it's fighting broken hearts. We couldn't fix us, no matter how we tried. We ran out of reasons to stay on the same side. I held your hand through all the wreckage, you held on to goodbye. We couldn't fix us, even love ran out of time. Your silence started speaking louder than anything you'd say, and I learned to read your distance like it was here to stay. We stopped trying to pretend it, we were something still alive, just two people in the aftermath of what we We turned forever into maybe, then maybe into gone. Still holding on to nothing, too scared to move on. We couldn't fix us, we broke beyond repair. Two hearts still pretending that the other wasn't there. We tried to build a future on pieces that we lost. We couldn't fix us, and that was the cost. Maybe not all love is mending, maybe some just fall apart. Not every broken ending can be healed by trying hard. I still see you in the quiet, in the places we once were. But even all our memories couldn't change what we were. We couldn't fix us, and I still feel the ache of every promise we made that we couldn't save. We loved each other deeply, but it still wasn't enough. We couldn't fix us, and that's what hurt the most. Each other fully, but we couldn't fix us. Now it's just the echo of what we almost were. We couldn't fix us, and that still hurts. We started like a quiet sunrise, soft colors in a fragile sky. Your fingers traced tomorrow slowly, like we had all of time. We talked about a life together in whispers no one else could hear. But every promise felt like paper floating in our fear. We try to keep the fire warm while standing in the storm. Two hearts too tired to fight the weather. We held on, but not forever. We couldn't hold forever. Our hands began to shake. The love we built together was more than we could take. We tried to stay unbroken, but time pulled us apart. We couldn't hold forever, but you still hold my heart. Your sweater still hangs by the doorway, like you're just late, not really gone. Your coffee cup is on the table, cold, but I hold on. We said goodbye without the anger, no shattered glass, no screaming sound. Just two souls slowly breaking while letting go was loud. We knew before the final tear the end was already here. Two shadows fading in the tether. We tried, but not forever. We couldn't hold forever. Our fingers slipped in time. Your heartbeat lost its rhythm somewhere next to mine. we can't take it back. If love was only meant for moments, then maybe ours was still enough. But forever felt so close to us before it turned to dust. I still hear you in the silence, still feel you in the air. We let go of each other, but you're everywhere. We couldn't hold forever, but I still feel your touch. We almost stayed together, we almost loved too much. Two hearts that tried to weather a storm too strong to tether. We couldn't hold forever, but I remember forever. We couldn't hold forever. The night pulled down the light. We slowly lost each other without a single fight. We tried to keep love breathing, but time was always smarter. We couldn't hold forever, still you hold my forever. No blame, no goodbye letters, just two hearts letting go. We couldn't hold forever, but I loved you like we could. We talked about forever like it was already ours, counting stars and making wishes in the back of your car. You said no matter what happens, I'll never let go. But promises don't always follow where the heart wants to go. We were halfway through always, when everything changed, like a sentence left unfinished in the middle of your name. We ended mid-promise, right where love should have stayed. No full goodbye, no closure, just words we couldn't say. I'm still stuck in the moment where you said don't be afraid, but we ended mid-promise and you still walked away. Your hoodie still hangs in my bedroom like you're just running late, but every second feels heavier than I can take. I replay every conversation, looking for a sign. Where exactly did we break it between your heart and mine? We didn't finish the sentence that started you and me. Now all I hear is silence where your voice used to be. We ended mid-promise, in the middle of our stay, before forever found us. You slowly slipped away. I'm holding half a future that will never be complete. We ended mid-promise and it's still killing me. Maybe love doesn't always finish the way we hope it will. Maybe some hearts just stop talking and stay broken still. I keep waiting for the ending that we never wrote, but you're gone from every chapter, still stuck in every note. We ended mid-promise and I never got to heal from the words you never finished, but I still feel I'm living in the sentence that you left behind. We ended mid-promise and you're still we said the rest. You said forever, then you disappeared, right in the middle of what we held dear. We ended mid-promise, and I'm still here. We used to talk until it mattered, every word had weight and fire. Now our conversations vanish, like smoke rising from desire. Your voice once filled my empty hours, now it barely breaks the air. We sit in rooms full of nothing, pretending we're still there. No fight, no final moment, just a slow and quiet end. Two hearts still in the same place, but not the same again. We faded into silence, no goodbye, no sound, just the space between us growing louder than it now. I reach for what we had once, but nothing answers me. We didn't fall in pieces, we faded into silence. Your laughter doesn't echo anymore, it's just a memory I chase. I see your eyes but not the feeling that once lit up your face. We pass each other in the hallway like strangers in disguise, two ghosts still sharing oxygen but never sharing lives. We let the silence do the talking, while love slipped through the cracks. No words to bring it back again, no turning time around. We faded into silence without a single tear, just the slow disappearance of everything we were. I still hear what we don't say, more than what we tried. We didn't break with noise, we faded into silence. Maybe love doesn't always end with broken hearts and cries. Maybe sometimes it just forgets to stay alive inside. I still look at you and wonder if you feel it too, or if I'm the only one still haunted by the truth. We faded into silence like a fading song, still standing next to each other, but not where we belong. I try to reach your heartbeat, but it never replied. We didn't say goodbye. We just faded into silence. We faded into silence. We faded into silence. We faded into silence and let it take control. Two hearts still in the same room, but nowhere in the soul. I miss the way we used to be before we lost our way. We didn't end with heartbreak, we just faded day by day. No final words were spoken, no tears to compromise. We just slowly disappeared into silence in our lives. You came into my life like morning, soft and warm, a gentle light. Every word you said felt honest, every wrong started feeling right. I started building dreams around you, like you were meant to stay. But love was only passing through me, and you just slipped away. I was learning how to need you, while you were learning how to go. I was falling into forever, you were letting go. You didn't stay long enough for love to fully grow. You gave me just a glimpse of us, then left me here alone. I barely learned your heartbeat before it turned to dust. You touched my life so deeply, but didn't stay long enough. Your laughter still lives in my memory, like a song that never ends. Your name still echoes in the silence, every time my heart pretends. I keep replaying every moment, trying to make it last. But time kept moving without mercy, and turned you into past. I held on to the little things, the way you said my name. You left before forever even knew our flame. You didn't stay long enough to say a real goodbye. You left me with 1,000 words, still trapped inside my mind. I reached for something solid, but you were only touch. You changed my world completely, but didn't stay long enough. Maybe we were just a moment that felt too close to fate. Maybe love was never meant to last beyond that place. But I still feel your presence in every breath I take. You left before my heart could learn how not to break. You didn't stay long enough. Your warmth still lingers here. I still feel your fingertips, even when you disappear. I try to hold the memory, but time erased your touch. You were almost everything, but didn't stay long enough. You didn't stay long enough for me to let you go. I'm still stuck inside the moment where I held you close. I thought we had forever, but forever wasn't us. You came into my life, but didn't stay long enough. You were just beginning when you turned into goodbye. You didn't stay long enough, and I'm still asking why. You walked away without a warning, like the night erased the sun. Your shadow faded in the doorway before I knew you were gone. Your voice still lingers in the silence, like you're whispering my name. Every echo feels so empty. Nothing's ever been the same. You didn't close the door behind you. You just left me in between. Half of love still in my hands, half of you still in my dreams. You left my heart open, wide enough to break, waiting for your footsteps that never came. You left my heart open, bleeding in the dark. I'm still holding on to you with an unguarded heart. You walked away unspoken and left my heart open. Your sweater's hanging like a memory, frozen in a softer time. Your picture glowing on my phone screen, like you're still somehow mine. I try to close the space you left me, but your absence fills the room. Every breath feels like I'm falling into love I can't resume. You didn't take all of you with you. Somehow you still remain in every quiet conversation, in every drop of rain. You left my heart open, like a wound that never heals, holding on to pieces of the way you made me feel. You left my heart open. I didn't get to start learning how to live again with this unprotected heart. You walked away unspoken and left my heart open. Maybe I should've closed the distance, maybe I should've seen the signs, but love made me defenseless while you're slowly untied. Now every door feels fragile, every touch feels far. You didn't just leave my arms, you left my heart ajar. You left my heart open, your goodbye incomplete. I still hear your footsteps in every empty street. I never got the moment to guard the part you broke. You disappeared too quietly and left my heart open. Still calling out your name, standing in the silence where you used to stay. You left my heart open. I don't know where to start. You didn't just walk away, you left an open heart. You left without a token and left my heart open. I'm still waiting at the door, like you're walking once more. You left my heart open, and I'm not me anymore. I gave you all my quiet pieces, the parts I never showed. You held them like they mattered, then left them on the floor. I trusted every word you said, like it was carved in stone. love don't always stay the same when hearts start feeling cold. I saw it in the distance, but I stayed anyway, hoping you would love me the way I never changed. You let my heart break without even trying to stay. You watched it fall apart and slowly walked away. No fight, no final reason, just emptiness you made. You didn't stop the falling, you let my heart break. Now every place we used to go to feels like it doesn't know my name. The laughter that we built together turned into quiet pain. I replay every conversation, searching for the sign, the moment you stopped loving me while I was still all in your mind. You never said it's over, you just let it fade. And I was still believing we'd find another way. You let my heart break, piece by piece, day by day. You didn't need to leave loud, just slowly drift away. I kept holding on to nothing, you never asked me to, but you let my heart break like it was easy for you. Maybe love doesn't always end with someone saying goodbye. Sometimes it just stops answering while the other still tries. I wish you had just told me instead of letting it die. But you stood there watching as I broke inside. You let my heart break, and I didn't understand how you could still be holding me while letting go of my hand. I thought we were forever, but forever slipped away. You didn't stop it falling, you let my heart break. You let my heart break. You let my heart break, and I still feel the scars of loving you too deeply while you were falling apart. I never saw the ending till it was too late. You didn't have to shatter me, but you let my heart break. No final words were spoken, just silence in its place. You didn't say goodbye, you let my heart break. I felt you fading in the silence before the words were ever said. Your shadow moved a little farther from the pillow on my bed. We spoke in half unfinished sentences, like something we both knew. Love was slowly losing balance between me and you. I tried to hold you closer, but you were already gone. Your heartbeat turned to echoes, I was holding on alone. You slipped from my hands like rain I couldn't keep. just turned to sand. I watched you drift away. You slipped from my hands. Your jacket still smells like your perfume, but it's fading day by day. Just like every little promise that slowly walked away. Your name still lights my phone at midnight, though I know it's just my mind. I keep reaching for your memory, but there's nothing left to find. You were right beside me, and suddenly so far. I lost you in a moment, like a wish upon a star. You slipped from my hands, like time I couldn't hold, turning into memories before they could grow old. I tried to make a stand, but love didn't understand. I watched you fade away. You slipped from my hands. Maybe I held too tightly, maybe I held too late. Maybe love was always meant to separate. I replay every second, searching where we fell apart, but you were already leaving while I gave you all my heart. You slipped from my hands, your warmth disappeared. I held on to your silence, but you were never here. Like smoke I couldn't stand, like waves across the sand. I whispered, don't go. You slipped from my hands. You slipped from my hands. I couldn't pull you back. Loved and soft like footprints, fading in the black. I tried to make a plan, but fate out of the plans. I lost you in the dark. You slipped from my hands. I was still holding on to someone already gone. You slipped from my hands and took my heart along. You didn't slam the door behind you. No noise, no final fight. You just turned down all the feeling and slipped into the night. I was still reaching for your shadow, still calling out your name. But love don't always leave with warning. Sometimes it just decays. I thought you'd turn around and stay, or say there's something left to say, but you kept walking like it was nothing, like I was nothing too. You walked out of my heart, not just out of the room. Left me standing in the echo of me still loving you. No goodbye, no warning start, just a quiet fall apart. You didn't leave the way I thought. You walked out of my heart. Your toothbrush still sits in the bathroom, like you might come back tonight. But every mirror tells the truth now. You're gone from my life. I replay the last few seconds, looking for what went wrong. But even silence had been leaving for so much longer than I'd known. I held on to every maybe while you were letting go. I didn't see it happen till I was alone. You walked out of my heart without a sound or tear, left me with the memory of when you still were here. I keep expecting footsteps where there's only dark. You didn't just leave me, you walked out of my heart. Maybe love doesn't break loudly, maybe it just fades slow, till one day you look around you and realize you're alone. I still feel you in the silence, like a ghost I can't restart. You didn't leave my life completely, you walked out of my heart. You walked out of my heart, and I didn't understand how something still so close could feel so far from my hands. I'm learning how to breathe now with this missing part. You didn't say goodbye, you walked out of my heart. You walked out of my heart, and I'm still standing here, holding on to something that slowly disappeared. I loved you till the ending, but you chose a different part. You didn't just leave, you walked out of my heart. No final words were spoken, just silence falling apart. You walked out of my heart and left me in the dark. I left my heart wide open for you, like a letter never sent. Every word I never told you still lives where you went. I waited by the same old silence where your promises once stayed, but every hour turned to nothing, and nothing called your name. I thought love worked like coming back, like ties that never leave, but you were gone in one direction, and I was left to believe your love didn't return. No matter how I called, it left me in the ashes of what we had at all. I kept the door unlocked for you, like you might come back in, but your love didn't return. And I learned how to break within. I still see you in the shadows of places we once stood. Every street light feels like memory of something never good. I replay the way you left me, like a film I can't rewind, searching for the missing moment where you stopped being mine. I send my heart in every prayer across the quiet night, but love don't answer broken voices once it's out of sight. Your love didn't return, it never found its way. I kept hoping for tomorrow that never came today. I held on to the echo of what we used to be, but your love absence of a heartbeat where your presence used to exist. I still wait like I don't know better, like love might change its mind, but you're gone beyond the reaching of anything I find. Your love didn't return, and I still don't know why. I kept writing all my feelings to a love that wouldn't reply. Now I sit with all the pieces that you left behind. Your love didn't return, and neither did mine. Your love didn't return, it drifted out of you. I stayed here in the waiting, still belonging to you. But time erased the traces of everything we were. Your love didn't return, and I'm still hurt. I called your name in silence, but silence called it worse. Your love didn't return, and I'm still